Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you were kicking it with GFAMunited, a spot that's all about inspiring you to be salt and light. So without further ado, let's make it do what it do. Hit it! All right, we're ready to go. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the pod. So today, we got the original GFAM crew with us in the building. What's up, y'all?
What it do? Hey. What it do?
It's funny because the first episode I did, I could have swore when I was giving the breakdown and I started talking about why I decided to call it GFAMunited, I could have swore I mentioned that GFAM was like a twofold thing for me. One, it was like my family, Gonzalez family. So it was like every time we were from them being young till now, like we still like, yo, GFAM, we about to roll out, let's go. And then we switched it as well for God's family. But they told me that I never said that in the first episode. Mm-hmm. So it's a twofold for me. It's my family personally when we're talking about GFAM. And when we're talking about GFAMunited, it's just the body as a whole. So it's going to be kind of cool to have everybody on. It's going to be fun because we're going to be just swinging mics and just give us grace and let's go. So it's Thanksgiving time, and I thought it's always kind of cool to talk about what's that one thing that you were looking forward to eating on Thanksgiving Day. So I'm going to start, and then we're going to work down. Oh, let me give you a quick run through real quick. So if you watched the last episode, you met my daughter, Ariana. Couple episodes before, I had my wife on it, Marilyn.
What's up?
AKA Babe. Then my son, Dominic, he was on the last episode.
What's up?
They call him Damo. My youngest, she's making her debut today, Lyric Taylor. And then my middle girl, hey guys. Sunny Bear, Sinai. So, what's that one food that you can't wait to eat? So I'm going to go first. So no one takes my answer. I don't think nobody's going to take my answer anyway. I'm a basic dude, so I look forward to that turkey. That's my thing. That's what I look forward to. That's the only time I eat turkey is Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Turkey only with gravy, though. I don't eat plain turkey. It has to have gravy. But I'm looking forward to eating pasteles because we have our Puerto Rican Thanksgiving.
You put hot sauce and ketchup?
Yes, both. So y'all need to stop coming for me for the ketchup part. It's good.
Hot sauce and ketchup. I'm most looking forward to eating is the stuffing or dressing, as some people call it. Delish. Can't have Thanksgiving without stuffing. Y'all feel me on that?
I agree.
All right.
Mac and cheese, Sean, hands down. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, mac and cheese for me too. I think I'd have to say the sweet potato casserole because you can eat it like with your meal or like for dessert later on.
That's a dessert.
No.
That's because Sunny loves sweets. She got that sweet tooth, man.
Straight dessert.
All right, so the second question is, what's one thing that you were grateful for? So I'll start again.
You're going to steal everybody's answer, I know.
For real?
I'm grateful for my family. Don't copy.
Well, no one's going to steal mine because it's a personal experience because I graduated high school this year, so I was looking for a full-time job. And instead of actually having to go look for one, I basically had a position offered to me. So I am now a kindergarten or a K-4 TA. So I'm just blessed to have that opportunity.
That's a nice one. I like that. I'm obviously grateful for family as well. My crew, my peoples. I love y'all. But what I'm most grateful for this year is just the time that we have to get to be together. Because it goes by so fast. One minute you guys are like babies, and then the next minute you're at a high school, and
we don't even see them no more. They're all in their rooms playing games.
It's just different.
By
it's just different. So it's not, but it's nice to then have the family together and get to eat a meal together and watch TV and football or whatever we do together. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
So you're looking forward? Oh, never mind. I was like, it's like, did the question change? See, I got to change it up a little bit. Grateful for where my life is at right now. Got a nice job, cool opportunities outside of work. I'm enjoying life. It's good.
Good.
I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful that I work with good people and I get to work with all my friends and family, and I love every one of the kids too. So, yeah, I'm grateful for my job.
Nice.
I think this year more than ever, I would say family, just because I feel like we've all grown closer as we've gotten older. And I feel like I can come to y'all with like burdens and issues I have without feeling like judged almost. Like we're at an age where it's like,
All of us, like all 6 of us, you could come to us?
so I'm just kidding.
Depend the mood. Depend the mood. Yeah. So I got one other question. I figured I would throw it out there because I feel like it's so important to talk about what you're grateful for. But I also feel like it's so important to be specific and saying, what's one thing that you were thankful to God for, personally, to Him? So just think about that. What is one thing on that spiritual note that you were just thankful for God for? So I would say for me, I am thankful for experiencing His peace. There are certain challenges that I faced this year that I've never had to really cling to that need to experience His peace, where when I felt that peace, that break, that mental break or whatnot, it made me appreciate that much more His peace. And I know we say it like we need peace, but I think when you really face certain challenges that are like just exhausting or draining to you, and you feel God's peace, it makes you that much more appreciative of it. So what would you say? What is something that you were thankful for to God specifically, or thankful to God for?
Are we going in order?
Yeah.
I can relate to the peace thing as well, just struggling with my own mental things. And also, I'm thankful for His love, because I feel like there's so many moments where you just feel unlovable, but to look back on scripture and moments in my life where I felt loved by Him and I didn't have to believe the lies of the enemy because He reminded me of that truth.
Preach, girl. My little preacher. I'm grateful for the grace and mercy of God, that I don't have it all together or all figured out. And there are moments where I just feel like I can't quite measure up for whatever reason, or just feeling like I'm not good enough. And I'm grateful that His grace and His mercy hold me and keep me, and that I don't have to stay there feeling that way.
Yeah, that's good.
It's gonna be a little difficult. Say it's provision. I mean, you have moments every now and then where it's like, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna make this work. But then you get over it. It's just a moment that passes, goes by. I haven't really been in any situations where I feel like I've been struggling financially or anything. I mean, I'm not in my own crib or anything, but I mean, I'm making good money. I haven't stressed like by anything. He's been providing. So
I'm thankful for like all the joyful moments He's given me, and the times where like I'm just chilling with all of y'all or hanging with friends, and I feel so happy in those moments, and I'm like really grateful for those moments that I'm just with y'all or my friends.
That's good.
I agree with Mama on grace. I feel like I'm grateful that He's given me chances, and time after, I've messed up or I haven't felt worthy enough like to measure up to His standards of me. I feel like after time He gives you grace, and I feel like I'm really grateful in that season of life.
That's good. So I think and that's why I wanted to take this moment. I feel like it's so important that we take time to think about what we're thankful for. So on a day like today, if we're not careful, we'll be thankful for maybe an hour, maybe 2. And then for the next 4 weeks, we are hustling and grinding to trying to find a deal, getting frustrated if we miss the opportunity for a deal. We're just on that quest to accumulate more, because with Thanksgiving being here, even that, like, you have people that gather for Thanksgiving, and then I don't know if it's as big of a thing. It's not for me. But Black Friday, I remember it used to be like, you eating Thanksgiving, and it's like, so we staying up tonight. We ain't going to bed because this spot is having a sale and that spot is having a sale. Remember when we did those little light signs that we did for the kids? You had to like plug it in. You guys went to like KB, Toys R Us or something? Or was it Walmart? I'm tongue-tied.
Kmart?
But you definitely didn't go to Kmart.
Because you said saying K, and I was like,
KB, I don't know. I was thinking of KB. But anyways, yeah, something
Poppy
like that.
would
But I
be
think it
the-
was Toys R Us. I remember you and your mom stayed up, went there late, got some crazy deals.
4 a.m.
Yeah. But like with Black Friday being the next day, sometimes rather than just being in the moment, you're thinking of, man, I got to make sure I don't go to bed too late because I got to be up mad early to get these sales. And the internet has no chill. Like, it brought up the funniest meme that I read, and it says, "Dear Black Friday, we all have big screen TVs. Put them groceries on sale." And for grown folks, that's what you're laughing about, because like, I don't need another big TV on sale for Black Friday. Just drop the prices for groceries. But again, if we're not careful, even on a day where it's meant to try to help us to focus on what we're thankful for, what are we thinking about? Sales and deals, and I got to be here and I got to hustle. And just to be in the moment, I think, is important. I think the older you get, you start appreciating being in the moment and just enjoying this. So today's episode is all about us talking about what it means to just have a grateful heart and the power of having a grateful heart. Did you know that it talks about how being grateful improves your physical health? That when a person is grateful, it actually improves your physical well-being. Like, it talks about how when I'm grateful, it reduces depression. Like, it's really hard to be grateful for something and depressed at the same time. Like, when you're truly grateful, there is a sense that overwhelms you of like Lyric, what you were saying, like, just I'm grateful for this job and that I enjoy the people I'm with. It's really hard to be in that space and be depressed at the same time. So does that make sense to y'all when y'all heard that, like, gratitude has the ability to affect your physical health? Like, does that resonate? Does that make sense to you? Can you attest to that?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Never thought about it, but I can see how that would, Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree. But I don't know. That's just really crazy to me to think that something that I feel internally can, like, change the way my body is functioning.
Wait, physical? Yeah. I thought we were thinking. Well, because we started talking about like mental and depression. I started going down that road, and I started thinking, I was like, wait, physical?
Yeah, it talks about how being grateful that improves your physical health.
I read an article once that talked about how in hospitals, people who have a positive outlook, who are more grateful, usually tend to beat diseases than the people with negative outlook or feel like they're ungrateful. And so I remember reading that and thinking that's incredible that you could, like you were saying, you could feel something and you could change your outlook and it can change the course of your health. Your life. It's wild.
That just shows like the power in which God designed us, that your mind can have that much of a toll on your physical state as well. Because it talks about how being grateful, having that gratitude, that it reduces depression, that it helps to eliminate toxic emotions like envy, frustration, regret. Because again, when you're grateful for something, you no longer have those other type of feeling. It diminishes those feelings. That it talks about being grateful increases your empathy. It reduces aggression. It improves your self-esteem, and it helps you to sleep better when you're grateful, when you go to bed just being so thankful. I think it's so important that we as believers start modeling. I don't want to say start because people are doing it. We as believers model just thankfulness, gratitude, and not just on Thanksgiving, but even in the midst of hardship, learning how to be grateful. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
True thankfulness, when you're thankful, like that authentic gratitude, it's not just expressed towards something. Oftentimes it's expressed towards someone. So for us as believers, I'm not just grateful for something. I'm grateful for someone. I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful for you guys. And that's when gratitude goes to the next level. It's not just, man, I'm so glad I got this dope ride. When gratitude and thankfulness really starts hitting is when you realize and start identifying the things that really matter in life. Someone, people, over just the something. So I want to talk about the power of a grateful heart. And here are a couple of things that a grateful heart produces in you and what it kind of starts manifesting. One of the things that it does is when you choose to be grateful, it takes your eyes off of yourself and it puts your eyes on God. And for us, that's important. Because think about you. If you thought about yourself, what are some of the emotions you feel and where can that take you? Just you thinking about yourself. How much of a roller coaster could that be? So if you were thinking about yourself, what are some of the thoughts that you've had when thinking about yourself? When you're thinking about yourself, because when you're grateful, when you have a heart that is grateful, it takes your attention off of you and it starts putting it more on God. If you allow your thoughts to be solely on you, what are some of the thoughts that you have about yourself?
Comparison.
I agree, like not thinking you're worthy enough. Or
Yeah.
almost like, yeah.
Anything else?
Probably like my insecurities, or start thinking about like all my sins and stuff.
Yeah.
Regrets.
Yeah, my regrets.
Yeah. So hopefully we could think of positive things as well. But I think because of the way we're designed, when we think about ourselves as human, we think of our flaws. I wish I did this more. I didn't do that well. I didn't handle this situation as well as I should have. And again, you realize when I learn to have a grateful heart, it takes my attention off of myself and it puts it on something that is way more valuable, which is God. And then I think about his word and what he says about me and who he says that I am. So allowing your thoughts to be on him just allows you altogether to even be more grateful because he reminds you of the truth. The Old Testament talks about thankfulness over 102 times, depending on the translation. New Testament's about 71 times. You see this chain of the importance of gratefulness, thankfulness, and so forth throughout Scripture. The second thing that it does, being grateful, it reminds us that God is our provider. Sometimes it's very easy to get fixated on your providing. And then if you don't feel like you're able to provide, what tends to happen? You get anxious, you get worried, you wonder, what do I got to do? I got to work more hours. I got to figure out what I can sell. Like when you learn to have a heart that is thankful and grateful, you start reminding yourself that, man, God is my provider. And I could sit back, relax, and be grateful that I'm not thinking about me. I'm thinking about him. And as I think about him, I'm reminded he is my provider.
I think it also helps to remember that sometimes when you're not grateful, you don't realize the blessings that you have right in front of you. I remember the house that we were living in Columbia, South Carolina. I remember every time I washed dishes, I would thank the Lord for the house. I remember feeling that, and like, because there were moments where we didn't have one.
Yeah.
When I was more grateful, I was able to realize, like, man, he's provided a lot for me. I have plenty. Yeah. I have more than enough. Whereas when I'm ungrateful, maybe not ungrateful, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not mindful of it. I don't realize all that he's done or all that he's provided or all that he's given. And it's like, gratitude changes that. It makes me realize what I do have and all that he's provided. And I think that, like you said, it takes our eyes off of ourselves and what, you know, our shortcomings and things like that. And it makes us see what all is there.
Yeah, that's good. A grateful heart, it gives you peace of mind. It it shows you that it's impossible to truly be thankful and negative at the same time. When I have a peaceful mind, you're not on the negative. It's hard to be it's hard to be peaceful when you have negativity just flowing through your thoughts. I don't even know if that's even possible. Like somehow peace calms that storm of chaos in your mind, of just aggression in your heart. Peace has a way of calming the storm and changing your outlook. So when I'm grateful, even when I'm doing something that I'm not even excited about, washing dishes, I'm thankful. I don't love cutting the grass. I don't hate it. But there are countless times I cut the grass. I'm so grateful that I'm cutting the grass because I got a yard that I get to cut, to a house that I'm so grateful he provided. I might be sweating my tail off. I thank you, God, for every sweat that beats down my head because you gave me this house. I just had peace of mind. If I didn't have peace, I would be tripping. Man, I wish I had more money so I could pay someone to do this because I ain't trying to cut the... It changed my outlook, and I'm grateful every time I can start that lawnmower up. I'm thankful that I can put one foot in front of the other and physically walk that lawnmower. Thank you, Lord, because I know people that physically can't. I'm so grateful for this. He just changed my outlook simply by gratitude. 4, it helps me to recognize all that we have to be thankful for. And that is so important. Like what you were saying, babe, like it's very easy not to say you're ungrateful, but you're not being intentional about really looking at all the things that I really do have to be grateful for. So when you have a grateful heart, you're able to assess and recognize, man, I got this and I got this and I got this and I have them. And all those things are just so important. Y'all smiling, man. I wonder what y'all smiling at. I like they smiling.
Thankful, man.
I got a booger on my nose or something. Look at that. They grateful. Wait for that mic. Wait for that mic.
I would, my bad, not used to this. I would say back to what you were saying that we're able to see all that he's. I don't know. Can you repeat that number 4 again?
It just helps you to recognize all that you have to be thankful for.
All that we have to be thankful for, and I think not being mindful of what we do have. It's so easy during this time of year, like you were talking about earlier, just getting in the hustle and bustle, or feeling like there's so much to do. There's just it's like an unspoken thing where it's like we all feel a little bit of pressure, a little bit of burden, a little bit of like, man, I got to do this, I got to do that. There's so much going on that you feel like you need to get it done before the end of the year. And so that sort of rushing back and forth and to and fro, where it's like, at the end of the day, when we're mindful and grateful of what we have, like it helps slow us down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it helps us to think straight. It helps us to see things clearer. And I think having a grateful heart, when you start, even when you're grateful, you start realizing you don't have to just be grateful for these giant things like a typical, my clothes on my back or a roof over my head. We can be grateful for things like, man, I'm grateful for this water that's running, or I'm grateful that I have siblings that I love, or parents that are friggin' awesome. Just kidding.
Yeah. I'm also thankful that, like, even as Christmas is approaching, our kids are in need of nothing. So the list is minuscule this year. I'm like, they don't need more sneakers. Like, you got so many clothes that the Lord has blessed them.
You.
The Lord has blessed them. Oh, man. Another thing is, I think when you have a grateful heart, what it does is it produces honor to God. When he sees how grateful you are just honoring God, because even in the midst of difficulties and challenges, you still are in a place where you're thankful. And that shows him, I find peace in you, Lord. You're enough. You're sufficient. And to be able to have that posture where you're able to just be thankful to him, that's honoring him. It's important. It's important. A grateful heart is able to take place when he's at the center. So when he's at the center of our heart, it's hard not to be grateful. because you realize everything I have flows through you, Lord. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. It doesn't mean I don't have challenges. It doesn't mean physically I don't have aches and pains. It doesn't mean I have everything. I have all I really need, though. And I'm so grateful. It changes everything in your life. Gratitude leads to contentment. It leads to joy. One of y'all was talking about just joy. It leads to generosity. It leads to peace. It leads to forgiveness. It leads to compassion, and the list goes on. All that is produced when you have a grateful heart. And that's why it's so important that not just on a holiday, but in your day, in and out, each day, you've learned how to have a heart that is truly grateful. So how do I cultivate a grateful heart? This is where I'm going to open the floor again. I know I didn't ask y'all to think about this, but I just wanted it to be kind of something you naturally think about. I wrote down 3 things, and I'll share them in a second, but it's important to know, how do I get to a place to where I've learned how to cultivate a heart that is grateful. So I'll give you one. Get the thoughts going. You got one down?
I got one.
Go ahead, hit me.
I'd say through experience.
Uh-huh.
I think most people that like anyone that's like spoiled usually has never had to deal with like not having something.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you've had to go through a season where you didn't have one thing or you didn't have like many things, and you finally do have that one thing, whether it do be like a house or that job, you're like, I'm thankful for this job.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for it because there was a point where I didn't have it. So I would say experience with the absent of that individual thing.
That's good. That's good.
I think for me, it's giving up certain things.
Yeah.
I think it's easy if someone has a newer iPhone than you, you're so quick to be like, well, I have like 3 back. Like I'm like backed up, that you're not grateful. But I think when you look back, well, thank God I have a phone. Like, thank God I'm able to have the opportunity to have a cell phone line and all this. I think it helps being grateful.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I would say the thing I would think about in cultivating is just to make a list of all the things. Like sometimes you don't know. I know it sounds weird, but like you don't know what you're grateful for or what you have, but it's like sometimes it all gets lost in the way. But by making a list, you can cultivate that heart by seeing with your eyes the things that are in your life that you're able to be grateful for.
I agree. I think it's so easy to just like not think about the things that you're grateful for. So I think something I also want to be super intentional about is like actually spending time thinking about what I do have and what I am blessed with, and like thanking God for it. Like, I don't know, just to start your day off by thanking him that, you know, I have a warm bed to wake up in the morning, and I have enough money in my bank account to get gas in the morning so I can get to work, and just things like that. That seems so normal because we're used to having them, but like just reminding yourself that you could easily just not have those things. So to remind yourself to be thankful for it.
Yeah, I agree with mommy, especially because sometimes like when I'm about to go to bed and like I'm gonna pray or something, and I think about like the day I had, and I'm like, today was a good day, like I'm grateful for it, and then my mind just starts expanding, and I'm like, yesterday was a good day too, and then I just start thinking about like every little thing that I was grateful for, that I'm like, I never really think about how much I am grateful, and I don't even tell people how much I am grateful for them, because I'm grateful for all of them and everyone that is in my life, and I love them very much.
Another way you can just identify all that you have to be grateful for is when you clean your room, and as you're putting everything away, like you're like, wow, I have so much stuff. Like, I'm so grateful.
Seems
No,
directed
you did
at
not just
specific
call me out on
individual.
this podcast.
Targeted.
That was really targeted. My goodness. Well, maybe for Thanksgiving, I'll have it clean for you.
Huge, maybe.
Yeah, I'll be really grateful. Journaling. I wrote down journaling. That's, I think, not just writing down the things. I think it's so important. And again, it's important for you, for your spirit, for your soul, to be mindful of how much you have to be thankful for. And when you jot those things down, it helps you to meditate on those things. It helps you to think about those things. And that's another important thing, thinking about all the things that you have to be grateful for. And then another thing is just sharing it with others. as you verbalize it to other people, what you have to be thankful for, not only does it bless them when they hear that and they're like, wow, I never thought about that. I got that too. That's a good point. As you express it, it reminds you of all that you have to be grateful for. So I wouldn't doubt even now, us having this subject that we are discussing, you're able to think about, wow, I'm really grateful. Like, I don't gotta ask my parents for anything for Christmas this year. Just joking. But again, yeah, what that would be something, right?
Sure.
Like that, Bobby, I don't even need anything. I'm just so blessed to have you, and I'm like,
No.
let's go. Let's go. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, 16 through 18 says, always be joyful, never stop praying. Be thankful in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus. His word just tells us he wants us to be thankful in all circumstances, not the good circumstances only, and not just when you're going through difficult circumstances. It says in all circumstances, he says, be thankful, for this is God's will for you who belong to him. And it's just a good reminder, like, man, I just have to be thankful. I got to learn how to cultivate that. It's a discipline of me to learn how to not fixate on what I don't have, but to think about everything that I do have. Another powerful thing that it does is Thanksgiving just has a way of breaking the power that the enemy has over you, of thinking you don't have or you lack. When you're thankful, it just fills your cup up, so to speak. The enemy is defeated because he's trying to fill your mind with all this stuff that you need, and you need to get one of those to make you happy, or you need that, or the reason you're in this world because you don't have this, and you need someone by your side. And it's like, if we're not careful, we allow the agenda of this world to determine how thankful you ought to be. When you learn how to just think on those things and you're writing for yourself all that you have to be grateful for, the enemy is defeated, because even in the midst of the most difficult circumstances, you're able to go back to see all that you have to be grateful for, and that pleases God. Any last thoughts before we close out?
Anyone grateful for me?
I am. You're welcome.
Let's go.
Sorry, the moment of silence just like threw me off. Yeah, I just think be more intentional with the things you have in your life, and just like having gratitude for them.
Yeah.
The littlest things, having a family to come home to, people you like at your job, things like that. I don't know, just be more mindful of it and thank God for those things.
Taking a step back to look at everything you actually have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again, it's really hard for you to be short with someone when your heart is just full and you're thankful. It's difficult to really come at somebody when you're in just a peaceful state of mind, and gratitude does all of that. So I would just say, for those that are watching and listening, what are you thankful for today? Like, who are you grateful for? Don't just hold that stuff in. Like, let that person know how thankful and grateful you are for all that they have done, because it not only will bless them, but it blesses you when you're able to see that list of all that you have to be grateful for. Does that mean life is easy? No. Does that mean there's certain things you would like to have that you don't have? No. But when you're able to write down all that you have, it changes your posture. It affects you in a positive way, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It has a way of lifting you up. So from my family, the GFAM crew, to yours, we just want to wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Let's go. And on that note, like always, dream the dreams that God has placed inside of you. Live the life that he has called you to, and love the way he loves you. Grace and peace out.